Hello, world. How y'all doing? This is emd Sports. I'm your host, Chris Hit and Miss. I'm one of my co-hosts, Street Talk Ted. You know what I'm saying? We're here to talk about sports and relevance. So let's get down to it. We're going to just jump right into it. The question is the Pittsburgh Steelers a real contender? You know?
Okay, well, let's talk about it, man.
Let's talk about it. My man is a Pittsburgh fan. You know, I'm still a nation out here.
I'm a
you know what I'm
Steelers
saying?
fan, but I'm not an expert. But I'm just going to say that the two players that they acquired, Russell Wilson, the quarterback, I think is a big move. He has 1 year to prove himself, basically.
Not to cut you off first, they traded Kenny Pickett while we was on the show last.
Yeah, well, I don't even talk about Kenny Pickett.
Okay, he got traded for.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
Because the way he
he got traded for a third-round pick.
Jackson
Jaguars. Real fast, just put that out there.
When you trade a quarterback like that, like you talking about Pickett, and the way he left the locker room.
And he refused to play right there. Mason Rudolph. They got Mason out there looking like,
you know what I'm saying?
He's terrible.
I wish Pickett all the best, man. You know. He'll be he'll be the backup behind Hurts. But anyway, with that being said,
all right, go back to Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, like I said, I think is a great pickup because now Russell, I think, got about maybe 2 or 3 years of good football left in him. That's what I think. So I'm say like this.
That's sketchy.
He has 1 season to build his stock up because I think the Steelers are gonna let him go because they're gonna bring him Fields at some point.
I mean, they ain't paying that for this $1 million.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Not
so that's not, and I know Fields is, depending on, the thing with Wilson, Fields is probably going to be the future.
Mm-hmm.
I like Justin Fields. I think he's a hell of a quarterback. I think he's going to do well. And like I said, you need these guys that can run out of the pocket. You need these linemen are too fast, man.
Tom Brady gone.
I think, those guys are guys
Aaron
standing
on his last legs.
Yeah, those standing in the pocket guys are over with, man. This is the era of the running quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The Cordell Stewarts and guys of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
He probably
Cordell
probably wish he was playing in. Probably wish he was playing in this era right now.
Oh man,
he probably
Mr. Slash himself,
slash and everything, right? So
punt the ball, kick the ball.
I think I projected them making, maybe winning a little bit over 10 games this season coming up. I know they're going to be making more moves, but I think Pittsburgh is in the mix. What do you think?
I think they're in the mix. Until I seen their schedule, but we get to that in a minute.
Well, you said they played what? They opened up against who? Dallas?
Yeah, but I'll say this. All right.
Light work. Steeler Nation.
Since we go there, I mean they played Dallas at home. Of course they played Cincinnati Bengals because they in the division. Yeah. Cleveland Browns twice. Baltimore, but then they played additional teams this year. In Philly, Chargers, Chiefs, and Chargers at home. They play the Raiders. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. Because let me tell you something. If some of those games, we figure the first 5 games come out 500.
You said 10 games?
Yo, listen.
Sure?
If we can be over 10, we gonna go to the Super Bowl. If we got 12 wins, because let me tell you something. That schedule was tough. You know that's a tough schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
Hey,
bro.
listen.
Philly got better. Yeah, I mean, they got Saquon. I mean, the Chiefs.
I'm worried about Baltimore.
How y'all gonna beat the Chargers?
I'm worried about Baltimore because that's a team that's gonna be pissed off.
They're gonna try to stomp everybody. They got Derrick Henry, so
yeah.
And you said 10 wins?
I'm gonna say 12 wins.
12
wins for the Steelers.
I'm definitely betting the under.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, he's still alive. He just gotta stay above water. It's like he a late starter. He can't late start no more like he used to. Like that Russell magic is good.
Nah.
At like when I mean late start, as in like late start to games or like starting 1-3 or like 2-4.
Well,
like
it's not
even in the game, like you know how it's always 3 and out or like 6 and out. I like to call it 6 and out. You get a first down, then they get out.
Do you think the Steelers could play just as bad as Denver played last season?
That's the anomaly, and I was gonna say that. Like in other words, like that's a whole different. Pittsburgh Steelers, they got a good team. They got good wide receivers. They got a great running back. I mean, they got good tight ends, and they got a coacher. And Mike Tomlin, he's Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I tell you,
you don't take no crap.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Tomlin was gonna get let go.
I don't know
but
what's
then again,
wrong
you gotta
with
realize
y'all. What is wrong with
the
y'all?
Steelers' history. They had 3 coaches in the history of the whole franchise.
Yeah, like three times in like 6 years.
So that gave me. Cause I think he's a hell of a coach. I didn't want to lose him.
We talking
but
about?
I just thought that
at
some point in time,
already.
The coaches got to be held accountable at some point.
I was
worried about that.
I remember you saying that the coaches got to be accountable because I'm gonna bring that up later in another subject. But
because
I give you that. But when you who's the quarterback? Like,
there's no doubt that Russell's gonna be the starter.
You talking about accountability of the past. Nobody was a quarterback, but now I say this with the quarterback situation that's current. I'm happy for Justin Fields. He needed another year, another year to sit back. Remember, he started off as a rookie and he's storming the fire.
Yo, last season he didn't play bad, man. Let's keep it real. I don't know why they gave up on him, but you know what? We'll take him.
They have to. With us, what they do. If you was a new GM, you're a coach that's third, fourth year. Even if the quarterback don't work, you have to get rid of him to draft the quarterback.
Right.
Because ain't no sense of doing all that. Because then I'm gonna keep it real. Then your job is on the line, and you gonna be. It's almost like you. That's a resignation.
Let me say this. You know what? And I know this is there's a trend now in the NFL. These guys got to come in and be ready to play. You got to give these players time to develop. I'm gonna say it again, especially quarterbacks. You got to give them at least 3 years. All right, and they give it up on Justin Fields. I think it's a big mistake.
Go to the Super Bowl in 3 years.
Just think about back in the days with the Elways and all these guys. You know how bad Elway was the first couple of years he played, man? Before he put it together, before the game started slowing down to him.
But the difference is the money. The money is so crazy with the utility players. Cool, that's cool. But then, and a lot of times you see what's happening that nobody realizing. Usually, the number one pick is usually a bad team. But lately, the last teams, they're not bad teams. They just bad situation teams, I call it. They have bad schemes, bad coaches, but they have talent. So, okay, let's say 2-3 years go by, right?
Right.
Excuse me. And then you're a bad team. Then you get the number 2 pick. Then all of a sudden, the young stud comes in, and then all of a sudden, he balls out. Now you got to pay him and him. How you going to pay him, and then the QB still balling?
Well, the way it's set up,
you have that quarterback. It's almost like
you got to let somebody go. You got to cut somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the
funny.
Culture.
And it just brings back to what I'm saying. QBs are not a dime a dozen. Franchise QBs are not a dime a dozen. Well, there's only 6 to 7 that are really out of 32 teams. So they
think about all the last few years of the QBs, right? Mm-hmm. Which QB really came in, other than last year, because we had 1 or 2 rookies that played very well, came in and started balling out right from the jump? It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, man. You got to give these guys time.
Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, Pat Mahomes, Alex Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Even Pat Mahomes had to wait a couple years where he started balling out.
Yeah, Alex Smith. Alex Smith balled up that year too. Nobody talking about that.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll get another year season, and he already played. That's what he has against people who rookies. He already had played, so he know the speed of the game.
So even if Justin Fields sit for a little bit this season, it doesn't matter because he already been in the trenches a little bit with the Bears. He understands.
Mm-hmm. They're going to sprinkle a little scat back. They're going to say a little Wildcat.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to do a little scat back Wildcat.
Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly.
Ohio State.
That's what I'm talking about, man. But let's see what happens. Stay tuned.